sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, a comedy made about COVID, during COVID, and a true story about a boxer turned priest. We have quite the movie lineup. And of course, our expert, Kelli Gillespie, joining us with all this star power. Good morning to you, Kelli.
Good morning. I know, quite a variety there, something for everybody. But you know, Jim Carrey, he's back for Sonic 2 as the video game villain, Dr. Robotnik. He's alongside James Marsden and Ben Schwartz, who of course voices that blue hedgehog. And director Judd Apatow, he shares about his latest quarantine satire. You'll get a kick out of this one. And a very candid conversation I was able to have with Mark Wahlberg about Father's Day.
This is your moment to be the big hero.
Bad time to say this, but I don't actually have a plan.
From the Grinch to Count Olaf, it's true of Robotnik. Jim, I have to tell you, you have this gift of playing these villains, yet somehow making us all still really like you.
Because I come at it with love, you know? I mean, the fact is, I know that I'm there as Robotnik to show people the contrast to the innocence of Sonic. I get to act with everything in my baby toe. You know, I often remark when I'm on the set, like, I'm 60 years old, for God's sakes. Why am I doing all this crazy stuff, you know, and stuff? But it's how that energy manifests in my performance. It's full-bodied, you know.
You don't choose the moment chooses you. We get
James Marsden worked on that scene personally.
Made the entire crew get that tattoo on their leg.
Right? We get deep, we're in a boat. You know, talk to me about this wisdom that Tom is trying to impart on Sonic.
Well, thank God we just got brilliant writers. If you leave it up to me, I'm not sure I could come up with that. But for me, the greatest superheroes are the ones that are still trying to figure something out, right? They don't have everything perfected. They have all these powers, but there's still a path, a journey for them to grow and to learn, and there's a little self-discovery. And I think in that scene that you just described, Tom's sort of helping him along with that self-discovery, which is nice to see on a sort of father-son level.
Thank you for joining us in our bubble.
Please make sure you're wearing proper PPE.
At what point did you think, like, man, this is material I just can't avoid writing about? And then, of course, you know, my family's already in my bubble. Who else do I want to be in my bubble? Let's just call it the bubble.
Well, I was just taking very long walks every day for my sanity, and I started thinking about the NBA bubble. And I thought, well, that must be an intense space. Everybody's stuck in this hotel and they can't go see anybody else. And then one day I was like, well, maybe it's like actors, like the Jurassic Park bubble. And I don't think anything terrible happened there. So we just imagined, what if it really melted down?
I wish you and pray for an easy life, but the strength to endure a difficult one.
Life is unpredictable and it's messy, and the goal is not comfort or perfection, but rather Stu shows us that suffering can be a gift.
It's pretty remarkable how much he embraced the suffering and all the hardships that he faced. You know, and it really took me to task when dealing with the loss of my mom during the making of this movie, knowing that I always wanted to look to Stu in his example, but did I have the ability and the strength to look at it and handle it in the same way that he did? The most important thing that I got was, even if I can't, I am aspiring to, and I will continue to, and every day I just get a little bit more stronger in my faith and things get a little bit more easy to accept. I'm just trusting in God's will.
For Stu, it was a girl in a motorcycle accident that got him kind of exploring faith and a greater purpose. For you, what was the catalyst?
Going down the wrong road and realizing that all the guys that I looked up to that I wanted to be like, when all the dust settled and we were in trouble, nobody was there to support me. Only the people who were dedicated to and committed to serving God and their community, and then when I realized that those are the people that I should look up to, they pointed me in the right direction, in the direction of faith. And when I did that, good things started happening. Here I am, still just trying to get better and do more, but you know, I certainly haven't forgot what that feels like.
Wow, it looks like Mark Wahlberg really went through that physical transformation for that role. How did he do it, Kelli?
Oh, Netta, you're so right. At the beginning of the film, of course, Mark, as we know him, in his peak physical shape to play this boxer. But by the end, he had to gain a significant amount of weight. We're talking packing on 30 pounds in just 3 weeks. He said it was needed for the role, but he's not sure if he'd be willing to do it again. And I can fully understand why. It is hard to get that back off. But Father Stew opens just in time for Easter.
Yeah, it always seems to take a lot longer to burn it than it does to gain it. Kelli, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Great seeing you.